there's a good chance you already have it. Maybe it's sitting on a laundry shelf or tucked behind something under the sink. Or maybe you picked it up once because someone recommended it and you never quite figured out what else to do with it. That yellow-green box. Borax. Most people over 60 have seen it their entire lives, and most of them still don't know what it's actually capable of. Here's the thing that nobody talks about. Stores are absolutely packed with specialty cleaners, joint supplements, pest solutions, and household products that cost $5, $10, sometimes $20 each. And a lot of them, not all but a lot, are solving problems that one single box of Borax already handles. A box that costs maybe $4 and lasts for months. That's not a coincidence. It's just how modern marketing works. You get shown the expensive solution first. So today we're going through 10 Borax uses that most seniors either never learned or quietly forgot over the years. And I want to be clear, these aren't tricks. These are practical, everyday applications that genuinely make life easier, cheaper, and a lot less frustrating. We'll count down from 10 to 1, and I'll tell you right now, number 1 tends to catch people completely off guard. Most folks hear it and say they wish someone had told them 40 years ago. Let's start. Number 10, laundry that actually smells clean. You wash your clothes. They come out of the machine smelling fine. But a few hours later, there's something slightly stale, almost musty, that you can't quite get rid of. You probably tried switching detergents. Maybe even bought one of those scent booster beads that smells overwhelming for a day and then disappears entirely. The real issue isn't your detergent. It's mineral buildup and residual bacteria that regular detergent doesn't fully neutralize, especially in hard water, which affects a huge percentage of homes and gets worse as pipes age. Half a cup of Borax added directly to your wash, alongside whatever detergent you already use, changes the water chemistry just enough to let your detergent actually do its job. It softens the water, raises the pH, and neutralizes the odor-causing bacteria that survive a normal wash cycle. I've used this for years. Clothes come out genuinely clean. Not perfumed. Clean. And you're not replacing anything, just adding a small scoop to something you're already doing. Number 9, ant problems without calling anyone. Ants are one of those things that seem minor until suddenly they're not. You find a trail, you wipe it down, they're back the next morning. You buy a spray, it works for a day, they find another way in. Pest control visits aren't cheap, and they rarely solve the problem permanently either. Mix 1 teaspoon of Borax with a little sugar and just enough warm water to make a paste. Set it near where you see activity, not directly on the trail, just beside it. The sugar draws them in. The Borax interferes with their digestive system gradually, which means they carry it back to the colony before it takes effect. That's the key. You're not just killing the ones you see. You're reaching the source. Number 8, grout that looks new again. Grout gets dark. It happens slowly, so slowly you almost don't notice until one day you look at your bathroom floor and wonder when it got so grimy. You scrub it. It helps a little. You buy a grout cleaner at the store, the kind in the small bottle that costs $8, and it helps a little more. But it never really looks the way it used to. What's actually happening is mold and mineral deposits are bonding deep into the porous surface. Surface scrubbing barely touches it. Make a paste with Borax and just enough warm water to hold together. Apply it directly to the grout lines. Let it sit for about 10 minutes, then scrub with an old toothbrush. The Borax penetrates, lifts the buildup, and inhibits the mold from coming back quickly. One application. You'll see the difference immediately. And you didn't spend $12 on a specialty product to do it. Number 7, mattress freshness nobody talks about. Mattresses hold onto odors, moisture, and dust over time. Most people never address this. Not because they don't care, but because nobody ever told them how simple it is. Sprinkle a light layer of Borax across the mattress surface. Let it sit for 30 minutes, then vacuum it off completely. That's it. It neutralizes embedded odors and helps control dust mites, a real issue for anyone with allergies or sensitive airways, which becomes more common as we get older. No sprays. No chemical smell afterward. Just a fresher mattress. Number 6, refrigerator odors actually gone. Baking soda gets all the credit here, but Borax works better and lasts longer. A small open container placed in the back of your fridge absorbs and neutralizes odors at a deeper level than baking soda alone. Now here's where it gets interesting. We're moving into the uses that go well beyond cleaning. The next few surprised me when I first learned them, and they tend to surprise most people over 60 who thought they already knew everything Borax could do. We're halfway through, and honestly, this is where the real value starts. Number 5, rust stains on porcelain and sinks. If you have older fixtures, and a lot of homes do, you've probably seen those reddish-brown stains that seem permanently attached to your sink or toilet bowl. You scrub them. They fade slightly. Come back within weeks. You buy a rust remover, which works once, and then you're buying it again 3 months later. Those stains aren't sitting on the surface. They're mineral deposits that have bonded directly into the porcelain over time. Regular cleaners lift the top layer, but don't break the bond. Mix borax with a small amount of lemon juice into a paste. Apply it directly to the stain, let it sit for 20 minutes, then scrub gently. The mild acidity of the lemon combined with the borax creates a reaction that actually dissolves the mineral bond rather than just masking it. I learned this from someone who used to restore old fixtures for a living. He said half the products sold for rust removal do about 20% of what this combination does. And the cost difference is almost embarrassing. Your sink looks new for practically nothing. Number 4, keeping outdoor furniture from going green. That greenish film that builds up on plastic or resin outdoor furniture, especially in humid climates, is algae and mildew. It makes furniture look neglected even when it isn't. And it comes back fast, usually within a single season. Most people power wash it off or scrub it with dish soap. Both work temporarily. Neither addresses the regrowth. A solution of 2 tablespoons of borax dissolved in a quart of warm water, wiped across the furniture and left to dry without rinsing, leaves behind a residue that actively discourages algae and mildew from reestablishing. You're not just cleaning, you're creating an environment where the growth doesn't want to come back. Do this once at the start of the season. Your furniture stays cleaner longer with almost no additional effort. Number 3, carpet odors and flea prevention together. This one does 2 things at once, which is why it belongs this high on the list. Sprinkle borax generously across carpeted areas. Work it lightly into the fibers with a broom. Leave it for several hours. Overnight is better. Vacuum thoroughly. The borax dehydrates flea eggs and larvae at the fiber level, breaking the reproduction cycle without harsh chemicals or expensive treatments. At the same time, it neutralizes the deep odors that vacuuming alone never fully removes. If you have pets or grandchildren who spend time on the floor, this matters. Professional flea treatments can run well over $100. This costs almost nothing and works at the source. And if you find this kind of practical, no-nonsense information actually useful, the kind that saves real money on real problems, consider subscribing. That's genuinely what this channel is about. No fluff, no fide. Just things that actually work. Because number 2 and number 1 are the ones most people remember long after they've watched this. Number 2, wood preserve longer, naturally. Outdoor wood deteriorates fast. Decks, garden beds, fence posts, exposed to moisture and insects, they break down season after season. Most people either replace the wood when it gets bad enough or buy commercial wood preservative treatments that aren't cheap and often contain compounds you'd rather not handle too often. Here's what a lot of older builders and craftsmen used to know. A concentrated borax solution, about a cup dissolved in a gallon of hot water, brushed generously onto bare or weathered wood and allowed to soak in deeply, acts as a natural preservative. It penetrates the grain, discourages wood-boring insects, and inhibits the fungal decay that causes soft spots and rot. It doesn't seal the wood visually the way a stain does. But underneath, it's doing the work that extends the life of that wood by years. Apply it before the season gets wet. Let it dry completely. Then finish with whatever stain or sealant you prefer on top. Contractors used to recommend this routinely before the market got flooded with specialty products that cost 4 times as much and don't penetrate half as deep. It's one of those things that quietly disappeared from common knowledge and really shouldn't have. Number 1, joint discomfort and what borax actually has to do with it. This is the one that surprises people most. And I want to be careful here. This isn't medical advice, and anyone dealing with serious joint issues should absolutely talk to their doctor first. But the research behind this is real, and it's been quietly discussed in nutritional science circles for decades. Boron, the active mineral element in borax, plays a documented role in how the body metabolizes calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. All three are directly connected to bone density and joint function. In regions of the world where boron levels in soil and food are naturally higher, rates of arthritis tend to be significantly lower. That's not a coincidence researchers invented. It's a pattern that's been observed and studied repeatedly. Some people, particularly older adults whose diets may be lower in boron-rich foods like nuts, beans, and certain fruits, explore food-grade boron supplementation after speaking with their doctor. The conversation is worth having, especially if joint stiffness is something you deal with regularly. This isn't about replacing medical care. It's about understanding that sometimes the body is missing something simple, and that simple things, when ignored long enough, become expensive problems. That's really the whole point of this list. Borax has been sitting on shelves, largely underestimated, for generations. Your grandparents probably used it for half these things without thinking twice. Somewhere along the way, that knowledge got replaced by a wall of specialty products, each solving one problem, each costing money you don't need to spend. One box, a few dollars, months of practical use across your entire home. That's not a secret. It's just something most people stop talking about. If this kind of straightforward, practical content is useful to you, the kind that respects your intelligence and actually saves money, subscribe. There's plenty more where this came from.